We are 48 hours removed from an eventful King of the Ring event in New Orleans, Louisiana. And 48 hours ago, the WWE Champion Kevin Owens successfully defending the gold against the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. Meanwhile, big Bronson Reed steamrolling over the Nigerian Giant Omos in that New Orleans bourbon street fight. And what a fight it was. Bronson Reed on top of the world, earning contendership for what has become a big main event here tonight. Just 48 hours after defeating Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens is back in the line of fire as the WWE Champion. The title is on the line in your main event tonight as Kevin Owens defends against big Bronson Reed. We are live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at the Raising Cane's River Center, and it is time to determine new #1 contenders for the Judgment Day's World Tag Team titles. And walking down the aisle first, the Hall of Famers, successful in their return a number of weeks ago, looking to stake their claim at the front of the line.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. On their way to the ring, at a combined weight of 595 pounds, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boyz.
Those damn Dudleys returning at All-Star Raw back on Memorial Day in a successful outing against Elton Prince and Kit Wilson of Pretty Deadly. But the Dudley Boyz gonna have their hands full with some great competition tonight against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa of DIY. A first-time ever encounter between these two duos. And as we mentioned, the opportunity that hangs in the balance. The winner of this matchup moves on to a special Great American Bash edition of Monday Night Raw live on July the 1st to take on Damian Priest and Finn Balor for the World Tag Team Championship. The Dudley Boyz know all about tag team gold. Across the WWE and many other promotions around the globe, they have accumulated 25 tag team reigns. They are looking for a 26 in this Monday Night Raw return. As it continues to progress, they run into DIY here in Baton Rouge, and it should be some great competition to kick things off.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 400 pounds, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
Well, here is a team that I am sure would love to get their hands on Damian Priest and Finn Balor. The night DIY made their return to Monday Night Raw, back in action side by side. It was a losing effort, but dare I say a valiant one against the Judgment Day. Things were a little shaky for Gargano and Ciampa up until a few weeks ago. They had a huge victory over Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows of the OC. Dudley Boyz and DIY certainly deserving of this opportunity to take the next step of the tag team division here tonight at the Raising Cane's River Center. We are live on Monday Night Raw, just 48 hours removed from the King of the Ring, and I gotta tell you, the stakes couldn't be higher than ever tonight. #1 contendership on the line in your opening contest, the WWE title set to be defended in your main event. It's Johnny Gargano and Devon Dudley locking horns for the very first time in this first time ever tag team encounter. But Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa using their speed and strikes may be their best attribute here tonight. The Dudley Boyz, as we saw in their outing against Elton Prince and Kit Wilson a number of weeks ago, pulling out all their classic maneuvers. Some heavy hitters are Devon and Bubba Ray. DIY got to avoid that 3D at any and all cost. Devon avoiding what looked to be a neck breaker there off the top rope by the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano. There's some great power by Devon, and one thing that many have talked about Devon and Bubba, obviously their age, not having the youth on their side in this matchup. Bubba and Devon said they wouldn't have got back inside the squared circle if they didn't think they could hang with today's crop of talent. They compared themselves to the rated R superstar Edge, somebody who we haven't seen in a couple of months here in WWE. Over the last few years, even at that stage in his career, Edge was operating at a high level. The best, dare I say, one of the best he had been in his career. And now the Dudley Boyz showing why they still got some energy left in the tank. Double team action, big time powerbomb by Bubba Ray. Great tag made, Johnny Gargano rolling to the outside. Devon looked like he tried to set him back in, and Gargano dropping Devon for his troubles. I'm sure the Dudley Boyz have respect for the talents of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, former World Tag Team Champions as well. But the Dudley Boyz did not come back to Monday Night Raw to mince words with anybody. They came back to compete at the highest of levels and once again win the World Tag Team titles. Of course, as we mentioned, Monday Night Raw going to be live 2 weeks from tonight. Monday night, July the 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, as we found out this past Saturday for a special Great American Bash edition of Monday Night Raw. Going to kick off Independence Day week with a bang. Winners of this matchup moves on to that night. Johnny Gargano dishing something that Bubba Ray could have never seen coming. Poison Rana off the middle buckle and a much needed tag to the Blackheart, Tommaso Ciampa. One thing that Gargano and Ciampa have on their side is they got gears that they can kick into at any given moment. Cardio machines are DIY. That is what the Dudley Boyz need to contest with tonight. Tommaso Ciampa giving Bubba Ray a run for his money. Respect goes out the window and a tag team title opportunity hangs in the balance. Damian Priest and Finn Balor, as well as all the Judgment Day, have been very busy as of late on Monday Night Raw, certainly making a lot more enemies than friends. And one of these two duos going to be standing in the crosshairs of the black and purple group in just mere weeks here on Monday Night Raw. Devon Dudley taking the fight to Johnny Gargano. Still so much action to come here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, back in action as he takes on the A-list superstar, The Miz. Still to come tonight here on Raw. Nakamura looking to bounce back from that first-round loss in the King of the Ring tournament. Back on All-Star Raw the same night that the Dudley Boyz re-emerged here on the Red Brand. Some great action thus far. Gargano and Ciampa have tried to rev up the engines on a couple of occasions. Devon and Bubba bring them back down the sides. But you see Gargano not getting overzealous in this moment. Just looking to wear down Devon Dudley. Gargano and Ciampa, as we mentioned, a little bit of a rough start upon their reigniting here on Monday Night Raw. A couple of losses unfortunately plagued that return. But finally got things together, put the pieces where they needed to be. Just 2 weeks ago against Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows in a high-intensity matchup for DIY. There's the reason DIY have earned this #1 contenders opportunity here today. And of course the Dudley Boyz with that victory in their return against Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. But now Devon Dudley leveling Tommaso Ciampa. Big time lariat, and that is the power game that is on the side of the Hall of Famers tonight. That spine buster slam may not have got Tommaso Ciampa down for a 3 count, but it'll certainly do a number. And back in enemy territory is Tommaso Ciampa, and it now looks like Tommaso Ciampa may be on the verge of that same powerbomb that Gargano felt in the early moments. Damn near through the canvas. And Bubba hustling up into the cover. Not just yet. Tommaso Ciampa able to get the shoulder up. Some great resilience being shown by Ciampa off that big-time powerbomb. Bubba Ray Dudley with a series of strikes. Rough and tough for the team from Dudleyville. But Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano willing to get their hands dirty, down and gritty if they need to. Nice neck breaker by Ciampa, seeing a window of opportunity to get back in this #1 contenders matchup. Great crowd on hand here in the Raising Cane's River Center as these two teams wage war for #1 contendership on a night where the WWE title will be on the line in your main event as Kevin Owens defends against Big Bronson Reed. Counter by Bubba Ray. Ciampa going for a ride. He's going to feel that tailbone on Tuesday morning. Unfortunately for Bubba Ray, Johnny Gargano breaking things up. Not able to attempt the pinfall there. Bubba Ray's got an elbow for Tommaso Ciampa, but it looks like he's got something for Johnny Gargano as well. The Dudley Boyz in pursuit of the tag team titles, and nobody is looking to get in their way. Dropping Johnny Gargano momentarily. Ciampa back into enemy territory here. And this is what DIY had to be careful of. A 3D. And the Dudley Boyz secure #1 contendership. 2 weeks from tonight, Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. Wait a minute. Oh, well, there are the World Tag Team Champions, Damian Priest and Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. A sarcastic celebration towards their #1 contenders. 2 weeks from tonight at the Great American Bash, the Dudley Boyz challenge the Judgment Day, looking to win their 26th combined World Tag Team Championship.
Gonna die today, make it out alive. You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, finish line. And now you're playing with matches, come out of the...
Well, that was some amazing news that we found out 48 hours ago. The first Queen of the Ring is going down in the back half of the summer, and it is going to be live from Madison Square Garden in New York City on Saturday night, September the 21st. We are here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana for the Raw after King of the Ring, and Alba Fire set for singles action with Isla Dawn in her corner. An unholy union looking to make some waves here on Monday Night Raw, but another woman who has certainly inserted herself in championship conversations as of late opposes Alba Fire here in the Raising Cane's River Center.
And from San Jose, California, Bayley!
We want to take you back to this past Saturday night in New Orleans, the triple threat matchup for the WWE Women's title. Bianca Belair, the former champion Liv Morgan, and of course, the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley. Many a times throughout this triple threat matchup, it seemed as if it was any woman's ball game to walk away with the championship gold. Gotta have eyes in the back of your head throughout a triple threat matchup. The numbers definitely not in anybody's favor, but Rhea Ripley striking while the iron was hot, able to pin Bianca Belair off 2 consecutive riptides. Liv Morgan out of the equation momentarily. Rhea Ripley leaving Smoothie King Center 2 days ago, still your WWE Women's Champion. Here is a woman in Bayley who only made her short return a few weeks ago, but as we mentioned, has made an impact ever since. Bayley has defeated Tiffany Stratton and Piper Niven in singles action, and just last Monday night on Raw, Bayley not only on the winning side in that 8-woman tag team matchup, but the one that secured the pinfall for her team. Now Bayley goes up against Alba Fire tonight, somebody who challenged Rhea Ripley many months ago for the WWE Women's Championship. Isla Dawn, a newcomer to Monday Night Raw. Saw her in action back on the opening Raw this season, both of them involved in an over-the-top rope battle royal. Now back on the red brand tonight, and Alba Fire looking to do the same that Bayley has done in recent weeks. Insert their names of the unholy union into the spotlight here on Monday Night Raw. Now that Rhea Ripley has turned away the challenges of Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan, you gotta wonder who is gonna be stepping up next to try to keep down the nightmare of the Judgment Day. One would obviously look at Bayley and the recent momentum she has built. But on any given Monday, an upset could occur, and Alba Fire is looking to get the unholy union, as we mentioned, back into the spotlight here on Raw. As we mentioned, the Great American Bash edition of the red brand coming your way live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time 2 weeks from tonight, July the 1st. Independence Day week, kick it off with a bang. Raw on Monday, SmackDown July the 5th. Of course, as we found out this past Saturday night, on the SmackDown Great American Bash, you're going to witness the return of the great one, The Rock. That is going to be something to see. So much action on the horizon here in the WWE. A great summer already kicking off and approaching. But now Bayley, with the fight on the outside to Alba Fire, obviously can't pick up the victory out here, but can certainly do a number on her opponent. I don't know, Alba Fire willing to break things down to a scrap if need be. I don't know if Bayley wants to be out here with one half of said unholy union. Bayley right into the announce table, looking worse for wear as Alba Fire was able to create some distance off that failed submission hold. Alba right back into the corner. Should be into the ropes, not where she wants to be. Another counter that time. Alba Fire, former NXT United Kingdom champion. Bayley getting the shoulder off the bridge. Alba Fire, as we mentioned, took on Rhea Ripley back in the month of December upon her Monday Night Raw debut, just weeks removed from it. And Alba Fire's attempt to try to get back into conversations tonight, but going up in smoke thanks to this guillotine by Bayley. Another failed submission hold. Alba Fire knowing her way out of the crosshairs of Bayley tonight. But ain't no way to escape that. Bayley to belly out of nowhere. Alba Fire trying her damnedest, but Bayley is on top of her game as of late.
Here is your winner, Bayley!
I'll tell you what. Rhea Ripley able to contest Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan this past Saturday, but she has got to be looking over her shoulder because Bayley continues to make waves in the Monday Night Raw Women's Division. Oh, what the hell? Wait, Karrion Kross and Braun Breaker. Looks like construction of tables and steel chairs in the backstage area as the Harbinger of Doom is seemingly issuing a beatdown on the badass. Remember Braun Breaker saving Baron Corbin from an attack by Karrion Kross a number of weeks ago. It looks like the Harbinger of Doom has not forgotten. Prepare for the most exciting 10 minutes, a fast-paced 600 seconds, and all the action you can handle. Coming your way exclusively each and every Wednesday, only on the Noah Nation Gaming TikTok. The superstars of Raw and SmackDown race to the finish line on velocity. Competition at an all-time high that you won't see anywhere else. Scan the QR code, follow on TikTok, and don't miss a second of velocity. We are just mere weeks from a trip across the pond. Money in the Bank taking place in London, England on Saturday night, July the 13th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. But the road to the biggest party of the summer kicked off this past Saturday. SummerSlam is coming your way on Saturday night, August the 17th from Detroit, Michigan in Ford Field. It is going to be one hell of a summer here in WWE that will culminate on Saturday night, September the 21st with the first ever Queen of the Ring. Just as the King took place, the tournament will take place several weeks here on Raw and SmackDown, the semifinals and finals at the premium live event. The first ever Queen of the Ring from Madison Square Garden in the back half of the summer. Plenty to look forward to here in the WWE as the summer continues to heat up, but we are back inside Raising Cane's River Center here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the A-list superstar The Miz looks to turn his luck around on Monday Night Raw. Easier said than done as he opposes what I'm sure is a frustrated and focused King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. You look at Nakamura's last few months, coming up short to defeat Kevin Owens for the WWE title, falling short in the King of the Ring tournament. Nakamura looks to turn it all around here tonight.
And his opponent from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura!
Well, don't miss Velocity this Wednesday afternoon only on TikTok as Cruiserweight stars from SmackDown take center stage. Angel Garza one-on-one with the big strong boy, Tyler Bate. Velocity is each and every Wednesday only on the Noah Nation Gaming TikTok channel. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. Be sure to hit the follow and do not miss the action each and every Wednesday on Velocity. Shinsuke Nakamura, just a few weeks ago, one-on-one in a WrestleMania rematch with the Second City Saint CM Punk. A first round King of the Ring contest, which saw Nakamura getting his lights turned off, going to sleep by hands of the runner-up from the King of the Ring, that being CM Punk. That was just mere weeks removed from Nakamura's failed attempt to defeat Kevin Owens in the main event of Vengeance last month for the WWE title. Nakamura has got to be feeling frustrated, but one thing about the King is he is always focused. He's always got a plan. That is how he inserted himself back in the WWE title conversation, and I am sure Nakamura is coming to Raw tonight with a whole new blueprint. The A-list superstar The Miz, not somebody who has had a lot of luck in 2024. Several losses anytime he has laced up his boots. The Miz looking to turn his luck around. Here tonight on what I'm sure is a very game Shinsuke Nakamura. As this matchup progresses, ladies and gentlemen, again, so much action to look forward to in the coming months. We are mere weeks away from a trip across the pond to London, England, in the United Kingdom for the 2024 Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank qualifying matches on Raw and SmackDown for both the men and women. Going to kick off next week. More info on that later tonight here on Monday Night Raw. Of course, the road to the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. Found out this past Saturday night that the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes from Friday Night SmackDown, winning the King of the Ring tournament, will challenge whoever is the World Heavyweight Champion in the main event at the biggest party of the summer. You got the A-list superstar The Miz taking down Shinsuke Nakamura currently. Of course, The Miz, a former Money in the Bank holder. I'm sure would love to pick up a victory tonight and prove his worth, deserving of a qualifier. It's easier said than done when you're in there with a very vicious superstar like Shinsuke Nakamura, but you got to give credit where credit's due. Miz dropping the axe hammer, taking Nakamura down to size, and look at this, Miz dishing out his own series of kicks on a man who does it best. Miz feeling confident in his actions so far. He's got to get Nakamura back inside the squared circle to try to put this matchup to bed. Shinsuke Nakamura, however, with different plans. Sending the Miz back inside the squared circle. Miz might have wasted a little bit too much time there. Might have celebrated a little too early. Nakamura gonna make him pay for ever agreeing to this matchup tonight. Nakamura all those months ago when he lost to CM Punk back at WrestleMania. Took a few weeks off, put together a game plan, targeted Kevin Owens, and of course eventually ran to CM Punk again. And although the results did not go the way Nakamura would have hoped, he got himself there. He laid out the blueprint and executed it to perfection. Now that Nakamura is seemingly at the back of the line, in whatever sense that may be, you gotta believe Nakamura is looking to do the same again. A new blueprint, a new game plan, looking to execute it to perfection once more, starting here tonight in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And The Miz on the receiving end of a Nakamura beatdown at the current moment. Shinsuke Nakamura did not come to play games tonight, did not come to share the spotlight with the A-list superstar. Nakamura with Miz on his shoulders. Miz going for a ride off the Death Valley driver. Shinsuke Nakamura can easily go for the cover here. Miz looks to be out, but Nakamura may want to send a little bit more of a message, not only to The Miz, not only to this WWE Universe, but to the entire Monday Night Raw locker room. He may have given The Miz too much time for R&R. Nice counter as Nakamura now gets set to the ropes. Nakamura may be underestimating this former Money in the Bank holder, this former WWE Champion. Miz trying to sneak a victory that time. 'Twas not to be. Great effort by The Miz. You can't knock that. May not have had the victories on his side month in and month out here on Monday Night Raw anytime we have seen him, but it's not because he ain't given an A+ performance. Sunset flip, Nakamura taken down, and look at this, The Miz exposing the turnbuckle behind the back of Rod Zapata. Well, just because The Miz may be an underdog here tonight, Miz ain't never been one to play by the rules. He may have waited too much time here, made the same mistake Nakamura did, and Miz made his own bed. Nakamura setting him right into the exposed turnbuckle. Nakamura does not give a damn about playing with his surroundings. A Kinshasa to The Miz. Nakamura's got to watch his ring awareness. That's going to be a rope break that time. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that might have just delayed the inevitable. Nakamura sending Miz right back into that exposed corner. And Nakamura going to add insult to injury with a second Kinshasa. Thanks for coming, Shinsuke Nakamura, back in control of his own destiny. You got to give credit to The Miz, putting up a hell of a fight. But as we mentioned as he was walking down the aisle, Nakamura frustrated, Nakamura focused, and Nakamura victorious here tonight.
Here is your winner, Shinsuke Nakamura!
Shinsuke Nakamura getting back in control here tonight. Wait a minute here. Well, the matchup is over. Nakamura heading back to the outside is not done with the A-list superstar in The Miz. Well, Nakamura, this is where the frustration comes alive. Nakamura looking to send, dare I say, an unnecessary message on The Miz's behalf. The match is over, but Nakamura sending an emphatic statement that the King is looking to take back his throne. Over the last few months here on Raw, we have witnessed what has become a storied rivalry between the Judgment Day and the Usos, one that really took center stage back on WrestleMania Saturday. The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners and Jay and Jimmy challenging the then two-time World Tag Team Champions in Damian Priest and Finn Balor. A successful outing for the Usos as they accomplished their goal of winning the World Tag Team titles on the grandest stage. Well, the Judgment Day would finally get their rematch in a tornado tag team situation back at Vengeance, and thanks to what you see here, Dirty Dominic Mysterio distracting main event Jey Uso, Damian Priest able to come up from behind, steal the victory, and Priest and Balor on that night becoming three-time World Tag Team Champions here on Monday Night Raw. Well, Jimmy Uso unfortunately going down with a concussion during that tornado tag team matchup. However, Jey Uso, fired up at the result, was looking to enact some revenge. Laid out Dominic Mysterio just days removed here on Monday Night Raw. But the following week, we saw Jey Uso in the reverse, laid out in the backstage area in the parking garage by hands of Dominic Mysterio. This was just a week prior to what was supposed to be a King of the Ring first round match between these two individuals. Jey Uso, of course, taken out by Dominic, unable to compete, leaving a wide open spot in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. Unfortunately for Dominic Mysterio, they may have got rid of Jay and Jimmy, but they forgot about the third brother, the Street Champ, Solo Sikoa, stepping up to not only compete in the tournament, but to defend the honor of Jay and Jimmy. But in typical Judgment Day fashion, taking the shortcut, the count-out victory for Dominic Mysterio, and then the result after the matchup, where Damian Priest delivering a South of Heaven to Solo Sikoa right through the announce table. But have the actions of the Judgment Day caught the attention of one tribal chief? Because as we found out last week, we are heading towards Monday Night Raw next week in the Greensboro Coliseum, and Roman Reigns is back on Monday night. You gotta believe Roman is coming to Raw to address the outings between the Judgment Day, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa. The Tribal Chief returns to Monday Night Raw live next week. But speaking of the Judgment Day, R-Truth drawing a short straw tonight, as not only is he going one-on-one with Dirty Dominic Mysterio, but he's gonna have to deal with those old Judgment Day numbers, accompanied by a nightmare.
And his opponent, accompanied by Rhea Ripley, representing the Judgment Day. From San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
We want to take you back to last week's main event. The Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn one-on-one with the Visionary Seth freaking Rollins. Zayn in control of the matchup until Dominic Mysterio distracting Sami Zayn as his music played loud throughout the arena, allowing Seth Rollins to capitalize and secure a victory just 7 nights ago. Well, the Judgment Day have been making a hell of a lot more enemies than friends, and they are looking for a hostile takeover of Monday Night Raw. That has been evident month in and month out. Rhea Ripley, the WWE Women's Champion. Damian Priest and Finn Balor, your World Tag Team Champions. And after what we saw last week, is Dominic Mysterio eyeing up another opportunity to become the Intercontinental Champion against Sami Zayn. I'll tell you what, Sami is not going to take that distraction, that disrespect, and that shortcoming against Seth Rollins lying down. You know, we talked about how Rhea Ripley may be looking over her shoulder as Bayley continues to make waves in the Monday Night Raw Women's Division. Well, Dominic Mysterio better be looking over his shoulder, because Sami Zayn may be coming for his pound of flesh. Either way you spin it, the Judgment Day getting exactly what they want as of late. And now Dominic Mysterio back in action here tonight against R-Truth here on Raw. Certainly a loud and proud capacity audience on hand here in the Raising Cane's River Center. R-Truth coming out hot and heavy, taking down Dominic Mysterio, looking for a sneaky pinfall here. Dominic Mysterio shifting the weight. R-Truth right back at another pinfall. Dominic Mysterio off the reversal. Another counter by R-Truth. Another one by Dirty Dom. Back and forth we go. Hey, R-Truth, I may be eating my words here. I said he's drawing the short straw, having to deal with the numbers of the Judgment Day, but it might be Dominic Mysterio who's coming in underestimating R-Truth here tonight. The Judgment Day making a hell of a lot of enemies. R-Truth looking to be one of the several men who is getting the one-up over the Judgment Day. The men and women in the black and the purple may be looking to continue their hostile takeover here on Monday Night Raw, but that doesn't mean it has been a plan executed to perfection. I mean, hell, just last week, Finn Balor coming up short to the WWE Champion Kevin Owens. Now the Judgment Day got to worry about the Dudley Boyz coming after their World Tag Team titles. Rhea Ripley, a constant target on her back. And hell, Dominic Mysterio, he may not have a championship, but I think you could line up half the Monday Night Raw locker room and they'll voluntarily kick Dominic Mysterio's ass, just like R-Truth just did off the scissors kick. This is going to be a big time victory, not just yet. R-Truth almost surprising Dirty Dom that time. Unfortunately unable to get the 3 count. And you got to wonder what is going to go down next week here on Monday Night Raw. The Judgment Day have gotten rid of the Usos, put them both on the shelf. We haven't seen Solo Sikoa since he was sent through the announce table by Damian Priest. But now the Tribal Chief of that whole family, Roman Reigns, back here in the WWE for the first time since May the 4th at Battleground, and taking his free agent status right here to Monday Night Raw. You gotta believe it's got something to do with the ever-looming issues that the Judgment Day have caused with his family. All remains to be seen what's going to happen next week. A 619 by Dominic Mysterio delivers this week here on Raw. And now coming off the top. R-Truth giving Dirty Dom a fight. But Dominic Mysterio unfortunately picks up the victory.
Here is your winner, Dirty Mysterio.
Dirty Dom picking up a victory. Wait a minute, the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn from behind. We told you Zayn was not gonna rest until he got his pound of flesh. Well, 2 weeks from tonight, it is a special Great American Bash edition of Monday Night Raw. And as we found out at the top of the hour, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boyz, set to challenge the Judgment Day for the World Tag Team Championship. That is in 2 weeks' time, but what about next week here on Raw? We know Roman Reigns will be in the house, but the Money in the Bank qualifiers are set to begin. For the women's side, the EST Bianca Belair going one-on-one with Tiffany Stratton, who will secure their spot in London, England. And Sami Zayn is going to have to refocus on the task at hand. The championship not on the line, but the stakes could be higher than ever as the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn goes one-on-one with a man who continues to impress, that being Dijak. It is a Money in the Bank qualifying matchup live next week here on Raw.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
Well, it is going to be must-see TV next week in the Greensboro Coliseum. But here tonight, it is time for a big main event. The WWE Championship is on the line. And that big Aussie, Godzilla in the flesh, Bronson Reed, is looking to send a tidal wave throughout Monday Night Raw here tonight. A man who made his return to the WWE and his debut on the Red brand back in Madison Square Garden over 3 months ago. Reed has continued his path of destruction week in and week out. Only one blemish on the record, that being a loss to Seth Rollins. But look at the victories that Bronson Reed has raked up. Victories over The Miz, over Joe Gacy here on Raw, Baron Corbin on Velocity, not one but two. W's against the Nigerian Giant Omos, the latest coming 48 hours ago in that Bourbon Street fight. Bronson Reed has made his presence felt and has certainly asserted himself as a viable contender for the WWE Championship. And there is the champion himself, 48 hours removed from a WrestleMania rematch, from an absolute war of attrition with the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. Kevin Owens surviving all that Rollins had to give. A pop-up powerbomb spelled the end of Rollins' title reign back at WrestleMania, and it spelled the end of Rollins' pursuit this past Saturday night. Kevin Owens, as well as Bronson Reed, I am sure, are coming into this matchup far from 100%. But with the title on the line tonight, Kevin Owens, the ever-fighting champion. It is go big or go home in your main event. Live from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Raising Cane's River Center are getting a treat as the WWE title hangs in the balance. Kevin Owens has had one hell of a championship reign since Sunday night, March the 3rd, back at WrestleMania. But will it all come crashing down by hands of the big Aussie? Let's send things down to the ring for your official match introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Bronson Reed. And his opponent from Merivale, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 260 the WWE Champion, Kevin Owens.
You gotta give big ups to Kevin Owens, defending his WWE Championship for the second time in 48 hours against a very game and dangerous challenger in Big Bronson Reed. Reed outlasting the Bourbon Street fight against the Nigerian Giant Omos just 48 hours ago. A physical fight at that. Whether these men are anywhere near 100% or not, it is all or nothing when the world's richest prize is on the line. Main event time here on Raw. The stakes couldn't be any higher. I am sure there's a great respect between Bronson Reed and Kevin Owens, two fighters between the bell, but tonight that respect goes out the window when the title is on the line. Owens knocking Reed down to size early and trying to get this thing done in a hurry. Kevin Owens has got to realize that Bronson Reed has waited long and hard for this opportunity. World-traveled superstar. Reed has held championships across the globe, but never here on Monday Night Raw! And it could start in a matter of moments. Off the air raid crash. Owens getting the shoulder up. But if that doesn't tell you that Bronson Reed is willing to put Kevin Owens' body in harm's way to obtain the gold, I don't know what is. Reed into the ropes and just squashing the abdominal section of the champion. Kevin Owens may regret the day that he ever agreed to this championship matchup against Bronson Reed here tonight. Nonetheless, Kevin Owens, the ever-fighting champion, willing to throw hands in the middle of that squared circle at any and all costs. Bronson Reed looking like an absolute savage. A beast looking to feast on the bones of the WWE Champion. And another Samoan drop that time. Regardless of the matchups that these two superstars fought in just 48 hours ago, a king of the ring. We talked about it on Saturday night that Kevin Owens wasn't even going into that contest with Seth Rollins anywhere near 100%. Weeks of battle here on Monday Night Raw. Fought one half of the World Tag Team Champions in Finn Balor just 7 nights ago. Several attacks stacking up week after week from the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. Owens wasn't 100% on Saturday. He certainly isn't here tonight. But nonetheless, Owens going to keep on fighting. At that time, getting caught up in the middle buckle by the big Aussie, who was right there and back in control. I'll tell you, it's one thing to be hurt and it's one thing to be injured. These two superstars certainly not injured, able to compete, but they gotta be hurt coming into this matchup. But who is gonna outlast each other here tonight? It may become a war of attrition over the WWE Championship. Who's got more left in the tank? So far, it's looking like Bronson Reed may be the man walking out victorious here tonight in Baton Rouge. All over Kevin Owens since the opening bell. Without a doubt, Bronson Reed's biggest matchup of his career, the biggest opportunity that he has ever witnessed. Off the lariat, and a strong one at that, into the cover, getting a 2 count there. Reed one step closer to claiming the WWE Championship. Oof. I'll tell you, not many men are going to be able to ragdoll Kevin Owens, but Bronson Reed certainly one of them. Not many men able to ragdoll Bronson Reed. The Nigerian Giant Omos was one of them, and look what Reed did to Omos this past Saturday night. Put him through multiple tables, started swinging a barbed wire baseball bat at one point. Oh no, Reed on top, looking for a tsunami, able to get his knees up as Kevin Owens getting out of the way. Crash and burn from the big man. Reed might have gone to the well too early on a man who I'm sure has done his homework long and hard on tonight's challenger. Owens now on the middle buckle once more. This time, gonna work out for him. Signature moonsault by the WWE Champion and follows it up with a senton. And Owens looking for a successful retention of his gold. Not just yet. Kevin Owens has retained that WWE Championship throughout his title reign so far over the likes of Seth freaking Rollins, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, Shinsuke Nakamura, pitting the almighty Bobby Lashley in a fatal four-way back at Backlash. Will Bronson Reed be another name on that list of successful retentions, or will Reed be the kryptonite to Kevin Owens' championship reign tonight on Raw? More remains to be seen. Owens from behind, able to muscle down the big man momentarily, but certainly did not have leverage on his side. One thing to chop down those tree trunk legs of Bronson Reed. Better pray to God that you're able to keep him there. Reed springing to his feet. Kevin Owens meeting him with a game of fisticuffs that Owens certainly loves to implore. Owens getting fired up with Baton Rouge, Louisiana behind him. Into the ropes he goes. Big time splash. Reed down and out momentarily. Owens looking to stack the offense. Making a dose. It ain't a tsunami, but it'll certainly do a number on Bronson Reed. Reed on the outside is trying to get his wits about him. May have the air taken out of him momentarily. And momentarily the key word there. Reed creating some separation. And a monstrous headbutt right to the champion. And look at how Bronson Reed manhandles the WWE champion between the ropes. A German suplex by the big Aussie. Kevin Owens is going to feel this one as just another layer, another icing on the cake of the wars he has been in. Seth Rollins this past Saturday night, a fight against Finn Balor last week on Raw. But nonetheless, the champion keeping up his WWE Championship duties by defending the title when the lights are on bright in the main event. Able to knock Bronson Reed down momentarily. And just trying to stomp away on the challenger, trying to keep him at a size that Owens can fight him. Reed down, dead center of the ring, but can Kevin Owens capitalize? Back into the corner momentarily. And again, Owens' best strategy here. The fist, the closed fist, and the boots. Owens just unloading on Reed with any kind of strikes. Certainly a way to stack the offense in a time crunch. But Owens has got to make sure he is staying on it. He cannot give that Godzilla-like figure any time to recover. Oh no, Bronson Reed creating some distance! And that may be the destruction of Kevin Owens before our very eyes. Owens getting lucky that his feet were underneath the bottom ropes, but Reed's going to the top. Could be looking for a tsunami. Not if Kevin Owens has got anything to say about it. Owens back to his feet, knew what could have been coming. Holy hell, that may be the biggest pop-up powerbomb I've damn near ever seen. With his back against the wall, Kevin Owens once again retains the WWE Championship. A hell of a main event. Bronson Reed looking like an absolute beast. But Kevin Owens coming out on the other side of war.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Champion, Kevin Owens.
That is what a champion is all about. Kevin. Oh, wait a minute. The Second City Saint, CM Punk. Well, Punk and Owens have had numerous, dare I say, awkward interactions here on Monday Night Raw over the last number of weeks. CM Punk came up short this past... Oh, wait a minute, and now what? Finn Balor from behind, ambushing the WWE Champion. Balor coming up short to Owens last week on Raw, and it looks like he has not forgotten. And now what? Damian Priest attacking CM Punk from behind at the top of the stage. The Judgment Day do not care who they piss off, do not care if the blood is on their hands. They damn near welcome it, a south of heaven to CM Punk. The Judgment Day better be praying to gods that all these enemies don't come back to haunt them. laying waste to Punk and Owens. But what is gonna give when Roman Reigns is back next week in Greensboro?